And hello, and welcome once again to Diane Writes. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you very much for the raid, Closet Forge, and also for the host. So we're going to make sure everything is working. Hello, Cayetan. Hello, James. James was here first. James was like here to help me with my test. A bunch of other people did too. Thank you for that. Rowan, Satrium, Purple Heart Rider, Amelie, Shadow. Have I missed anybody? And Aaron, of course. And hello, Eli. Good to see you. Hello, Nick. Hello, Gala. Hi again, Emily. Hello, Burning Nightingale. Good to see you. So this is a new setup, and it's a new program, and I've never used it before. And so you'll have to tell me if anything goes if anything goes awry. So I hope you will. I tested the volume, vocal versus music. It seemed to be fine. But if at any time you have any problems, like I may change the music at some point or whatever, you know, let me know. Test bit. All right. Let's see, test bit. Nice. Thank you for the test bit. It fell right out of the jar. Oh, that's hilarious. Good sound for that? Okay, that's cool. I'm just using the standard jar sounds and the standard sounds that came with the theme that I drastically altered. Like, you may recognize the framing. It came from that, you know, purple Starfield theme that Aaron was using at one point, but I'm like, I don't know if my potato computer is going to handle that, so I deleted it and left my Starfield. And, you know, besides, I kind of want things to at least sort of look like they look so that, you know you're in the right place, right? So... Alright, and already Walking Dead Lover is like making us all look like amateurs today. I was there when you put in like 6,000 words at one pull in Kahuna's stream. Now she's putting in 2,813 words for House Millies. Good job. Oh, and hello Masadis. I didn't see you sneak in. There we go. And hi Dillian. And hello Daz. What the F? What the F there, Purple Heart? Something go horribly wrong here? Like I said, I'm testing. This is all new, so... Or was that in response to 6,000 words in one pot? Because... Yeah, I know, right? The rest of us should just go home. It's over. I take it. I have seen your newest video. I may not have. I may not have seen your newest video. Oh shit, and you know what I didn't do is I didn't bring my phone in here. Well, that's gonna work real well. Okay, just a second here. I think I'll just grab my laptop and move it over. I'm so worried about getting the stream set up. You know, I didn't get anything else set up, right? So, just a second. There we go, that'll work for now, and I'll grab my phone on my first break, I guess. Where's my stream manager here? Okay. There we go. Run for the phone. I will on my first break. Yeah, I will then. Emily finished your one-shot. Good job. I have decided that I'm not going to. And I'm not going to break my ass to do it because there's too much going on right now. So I'm not. I've decided to be kind to myself. I'm going to work on it today, but I do not expect that it will be done. Good job. Good job to you, though, that you did. Ron says, Walking Dead lovers going to give themselves carpal tunnel. Emily says, I'm doing quick French translation now before I can finally come back to my Camp Nano novel. Cool. Okay. James says, so I went to Windsor yesterday and took a video of me talking to a goose and treating it like a member of House Avis. Oh my god, that sounds great. Can we watch that? Do you have your permission? Because we'll watch that. I would think that would be awesome. Excuse me. Yeah. Purple Heart says, I'm trying to finish my third project, which is not going to happen. Yep. Dad says, you and Natalia stuck with the translations. Do you know all the important calls only arrive when your phone is not at hand? That is true. Apparently, all the important messages on Discord happen when you're concentrating on setting up your stream and not going on Discord either. Go for it, says James, with the bit so that I would notice. Cool. By the way, did you hear the dingy thing? I thought you did before. I'm just double checking. Okay. I never realized your hair was down to your butt, Sable, says Eli. It looks great. I'm a little jealous of people. I'm not sure who could be effed with long hair. I don't know if that's what you meant to type, but I have long hair, right? It's like my one vanity thing here. It does go all the way down to my butt. It gets caught in my pants when I'm getting dressed, unless I lean back and kind of go like that to get it out. So, and my secret is argan oil. That is my secret. I used to have really long hair, and it started getting really thin and started breaking as I got older, and then I had like that whole thing with Aaron in the hospital, and I lost a lot of hair, and you could actually see, I need to dye it again, but you could see all the like bare spots on the top of my head. I can show you an old video if you want, and I can notice it. I don't know if anybody else does, but I sure do, right? But then I started getting this argan oil stuff, and you can get it fair trade directly from a collective that harvests it. A women's collective. It's like really cool, and it's cheaper to do it that way than it is to buy it from all these designer brands or whatever. And I just, after I wash my hair, which I don't do more than once a week because that strips the oils, right? Then I put in the argan oil right after while my hair is still wet, and I wait for it to dry. I don't try to brush anything while it's wet because it'll just break and tangle. And yeah, that's all I do, and it seems to really have made a difference. I wouldn't have said anything about it except that it seems to work, so maybe it'll work for you. I don't know, right? Not that, not that you probably want long hair. You probably want short hair. You just shaved it all recently, so yeah. Which is fair enough. Emily says, especially since I started the one-shot on Saturday night. I'm jealous. I've been working on mine all month, and it's not done. That was some intensive writing. Okay, everybody heard the noise. That's good. Important calls leave messages behind, says Emily. All other calls are spam. 100%. I never answer my phone unless it's my parents. I gotta tell you, I hate the phone. I hate it, right? I used to work at an answering service, right? And we used to answer for cabs and emergency tow truck calls, and we had the emergency hydro account. And that was a shit show, I could tell you some stories about. All of them were kind of shit shows, and people were so rude and miserable on the phone. And then after that, I worked at the cab company answering phones, and yeah, I hate the phone, right? I hate making calls to people I don't know. I'm actually really kind of pathological about it. So I'm glad we have internet. Let's just say that. Yeah. Yeah, Rowan says she's due for another round of henna too. Yeah, exactly. That's it, you know, right? Feeling better. I've been doing little touch-ups and I gotta do like a real good dye job. I'm gonna try a blonde. I've never been blonde. I thought, that might be fun. I thought this brown ended up a little dark for what I originally intended. I don't know. I'm gonna find out, but I didn't want to do it till after the Attorney of Tales, so. Yeah, Dad's finished her one shot. Cetrium says, I hate the phone. If you want something from me, send a text. Yeah, and I'm not very good at checking my texts, and the reason why is because I don't get a lot of them. Most of my communication tends to be through Discord and stuff, so. Walking Dead Lover says, I forced my mom to make calls because I hate talking on the phone. Yeah, I forced the guys to do the calls. You know, and you know what? They understand that I hate the phone. They're nice to me and they do it, so I appreciate that. I only have to make the calls that I actually have to make, and those are always the worst ones, right? Like, I had to deal with Mom's oxygen supply company, and I'm going to have to phone Visa, and because they still haven't sent my renewed card. Yeah, pain in the ass. Yep, I agree with you completely there, Emily. Phone calls make me super anxious. It's even worse speaking in English in Scotland since we can't understand each other's accent. I bet that's hard. I really bet that's hard. I sympathize. Rowan says, I remember the best part of where I live. No phone calls unless I plug in the booster. Yep. James says, I agree. I hate my mobile phone. I'm pleased we have GDPR, so I can say, don't phone me. I only keep my phone on me for emergency reasons. Yeah, pretty much. That, and everybody insists you have a phone now for every internet thing. They want your cell phone number, and like even the government wants to get a hold of you by your cell phone through a text now, and nobody wants to talk to a landline. So that's why I have it, yeah. Right. Oh, and it is a good like portable word processor for working on my books. Speaking of which, we should probably get started, eh? I'm going to put up the sprint timer, but I think I'm going to watch James's video first because I love this idea of treating a goose as a member of House Avis. That sounds like hilarious, and I'm going to definitely watch it. So we're going to put up the sprint timer. Here we go. I'll be doing the sprint as soon as it's done. Oh, didn't capture my video. Just a second. We've set it so it's specifically capturing the Chrome window. Why are you not capturing the window? You're a pain in my butt. Okay, there it is. Because that way it doesn't transfer between our computers, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So, okay. We're gonna watch James's video. We're going to temporarily turn off the drums too, because we're not going to be able to hear the video probably. Eventually the video is going to come up and we're going to watch it. And this is just my slow computer being slow. That's 7 seconds. Cool, okay. Oh, did everything freeze?
Of House Avis. Have you seen any members of House Lappin at all? Oh, okay.
We're going to rewatch that because it didn't show up very well, but that's funny. I like it. We're going to wait for everything to load on the page. I like the sound of your voice, James. I haven't heard the sound of your voice before. I like it.
Hello, member of House Avis. Have you seen any members of House Lappin at all? Oh, okay.
I love these canals. Like, I've seen how people travel around in the UK in these wonderful little boats that are canal boats, and I just think that's the most neatest thing ever. Okay, I'm gonna put the music back on. That was cool, James. Thanks for sharing that. I'll have to link that to the Game of Tomes articles. Emily says, worse, people here want a UK phone number. I still only have my French one because I don't want to call anyone. That's awesome. Yeah. Satran says, I won't sprint along once again as I did enough programming already today and my brain is spent. Legit. Yeah, hot burnout on weirdness problems, says Daz. Yeah, I heard you ran into some issues, I think, with Kahuna's World or something with your program, which I still haven't tested because I'm an idiot, but I promise you I will. I really do promise I will do it. James is like, I have rabbit, badger, bee, bat, and squid left. That is cool. I don't know how you're going to get the squid. You might have to go to an aquarium for that, but that'd still be cool. Cayutan says, I envy people who can keep themselves motivated to write. I hear you. I'm still lagging. Video skipping. Like, we can hear your voice in real time, but the footage is not. Is it still skipping now that I've shut off YouTube? Plus a toast and a Hawaiian tiki. It is. Yeah, a bit. Okay, I'm gonna try the dreaded Control-Alt-Delete here to see what's going on. If the stream breaks, I'll be back. Okay, it looks like Chrome is using everything in its dog. At least I only seem to have one OBS process running. It's taking up 100 megabytes of memory, but that's okay. Okay, no, I've got 5 processes of Streamlabs running. That's better than my... Yeah, Chrome sucks up memory. Ding! You're not stupid, you're awesome. You lead House Laughing well. Thank you. It's alright now? Takes up so much power. Yeah, it does. Okay, so things have leveled out. You're sure? Because I was about to shut down Chrome and start it up again. Much better? Okay. Alright, so now I know that, you know, having too much going on with Chrome appears to be the issue, so alright. Okay, I'm going to start with my one-shot today. I see. It's still lagging when I change windows, is what it is. You know, there's probably a zoo where you can go see a badger safely there, James. Citron says, yeah, did you know there are articles without a link? No clue why, but they exist apparently. Wow. Maybe those are the ones that are like the, you know, when you use an @ sign and you come up with an article, but the article doesn't exist yet. Maybe that's what that is? Twitch has been a pain all day. Okay, good to know it might not just be me. Moonflower says, in 2 weeks I will be considered fully vaccinated. Just got my second jab 30 minutes ago. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Dingy! It's not perfect, but it's watchable. Okay. Eli says, time to decide what I have energy to work on. That makes sense. I'm the same way today. James says, I know a place where my parents take my nieces so I can go there. They have rabbits. Nice. Moon says, for some reason my vaccine made me feel suddenly hungry, so I asked Dad if he would pay for me to get some food. He said I could get some. Yay! Yeah, when did Twitch work well? You know, a year ago it was working fine. I really don't know why. It's a problem. Satrium says, but I think a good chunk of progress today will probably have shareable graphs ready in a bit. Nice! Okay, so apparently what's going on with Streamlabs is that it doesn't like when I change Chrome windows. It tends to lag when I do that, which is different from trying to actually touch it and operate the stream. You guys decide which one is better. Maybe I just need a new fucking computer. I can turn off Discord too. I will do that, and that will probably help. Okay. Oh, see? Walking Dead Lover, you said name Rock Draken or something? I have done so. You might want to play around with the process priorities a bit. One bit towards a new PC. Thanks, James. I might want to play around with priority processes, but, you know, I'm a technological doofus, and I don't understand how half of that shit works. I wouldn't even know where to go to do that. If you could tell me, by contacting me on Discord, where I go to find that in Windows, I would be delighted to do it. I'm sure I can figure it out from there. It's probably giving top priority to a bunch of background shit that I don't want or need. Right? Like I've got, you know, and I don't know what to... Well, I don't need that active. Can I shut that down? Okay, yeah, never mind, I do need that. I'm using the microphone, I need audio control. What's this? Well, that's a webcam, I might want to keep that. Oh well. Kaiten says, don't worry, I don't understand how technology works too. I know how to do things, but inside it could be fairies and it would make a difference for me. Okay, see you after your bath there, James. No, you haven't missed much there, Purple. Mostly I've been, moaning over my new setup and making sure it was working, because it was working when I switched between a bunch of streams and put on a bunch of windows and put on a video. So we won't be putting on videos with this thing, obviously. Dad says I've looked at the other one-shots. Mine looks so short it's almost naked in comparison. That's funny. It should be Task Manager, right-click, switch to Process Details, right-click Priority, or something like that. Oh, okay. Okay, alright, I can find that. Thank you. I will try that after the stream is done. In the meantime, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute the mic, and I'm going to go and get my phone, because this is giving me a crick in my neck. And I will see you guys in a minute. Please carry on with the sprint. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. And that is the sprint. Did you guys hear the cheering, and is the volume suitable? Alright, you know what? I think I can do that with the high priority thing for OBS right now. I'm gonna try it. I've got resource values, properties. OBS uses 40% of my CPU. Okay. Purple Heart's trying to publish things as scheduled, and for pre-order, Book of Secrets is up. You're keeping to your plan. Cool. Dad says, still doodling while brain percolates. Okay, it sounds good. Okay, good to go. Cayetan says, I want to write, but I'm out of ideas. Yeah, I getcha. Purple Heart says, yes, I'm only going to work between those publishing dates. That makes sense. The monstrous task of editing. Yeah, it is. I'm done, though. Book 1 and Book 2. Right? Until I get the edits back from the editor, done. So, I'm very happy about that. Yes, Cayetan, that probably will be good. I probably need to finally get out of the house tomorrow and get some fresh air. Yes. The brain needs stimulus. Purple Heart says, you want to know something crazy? I'm looking forward to those edits. Editing is fun if you do it in the right way, right? Because editing can be rewriting. Polishing your gem makes it pretty. 100 words for House Lappin from Burning Nightingale. Good work. Dad said, my dog demands bio breaks, so that means I get fresh air several times a day. Yep, whether or not you want. Eli says, I should probably eat something. I'm hungry. Brain needs writer fuel. Brain needs writer fuel. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to figure this out later. But, yeah, I'll try that. I'll try putting OBS on high priority. Walking Dead Lover says, I can't wait for Coffee Stream tonight. I have an adorable Hedgie video to show her. It'll kill her with cuteness. It's awesome. Rowan says, sadly, there is rain. Yeah, it's kind of cloudy here, too. Looks like it's gonna rain. That's the Dragon of Productivity saying, get back to work. For those of you who are going back to the word mine, Satrium says, polishing a project makes it pretty. You just need to know when to stop or you'll never be done. Yep. Daz says to Cayetan, give yourself a challenge. Try to connect stories into a bigger one. Daz has a military poncho for rainy trips outside with the dog. That sounds cool. Oh, stories you already wrote, says Daz to Cayetan. That's a good idea. Right? And Purple Heart says that's what umbrellas were made for. That's true. And Mr. Twinkle seems to be feeling better. That's good news. Alright, I'm going to see if I can get something done here, gang. Rowan says, digging in the garden in the rain is not going to happen. Can't get damp in my knees. Yeah. Dad says, doodles are filling this paper instead of words. Rowan says, also done with Mel's journal and has Star Wars game tonight. Yes. I could definitely use Star Wars game. Daz likes the drums. James is a big fan of the drums too. James asked for drums during the test today. That's why there's drums up now. But it works for what I'm writing, so that's totally cool. I may try to expand into other things and see how it works. I've got a fantasy player that should have a variety of music on it, but I've noticed that every time I try to do that with Twitch Studio, it crashes my stream. But maybe it won't with OBS. So we're going to try that. Not, however, today. Oh, nice! Daz says, also Sable in my one-shot, Kipes has speaking lines. That's cool. I like Kipes. He's a good character. I could write stories about him. Is magic as life force a good idea or a cliche? Okay, so there's no such thing as an original idea. I have heard it before, but you are talking to the wrong person, because I have read an extensive library of science fiction and fantasy books in my life. There probably is nothing that I haven't heard of somewhere, right? And if there is, I will tell you, right? Right now, I think that the best people can do is to combine things. It's been done. Is it a cliche? No, because it's not really commonly done, I don't think. The thing about magic as life force is that, consider the consequences of that, right? If you drain too much of your magic, you could actually risk your life. You could end up with like a weak immune system, or, you know, heart problems, or God knows what else, which is fun, actually, because it puts a limit on your magic, right? So, yeah, you know, I say go for it, and, you know, again, it's all in what you do with it, right? I mean, I am literally taking as many of the... I'm kind of doing it deliberately, right? I'm taking all of the space opera tropes, and I'm seeing if I can't present them to you in a way that is different. So, right. So how can I make magic which makes you stronger and not weaker? It may be possible to draw magic from other sources, right? For instance, you could make it that your ley line nexus points are good points to draw magic from, or ley lines in general. I don't know if this is the same world, but I mean, that would work, right? You could have it that doing things to recharge your life force helps, right? So staying in good physical health, eating right, you know, that kind of thing gives you a bigger pool, right? You could, you know, you could have it that going out and spending time in nature recharges you. Eating, right? Maybe magic is calories, and, you know, mages have to eat a bunch of candy. I don't know, right? Like, you could do that. You could totally do that. Daz says, the party gets to roleplay an encounter with Kipes. That's awesome. Hello, Akeem. Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you before, so good to see you. And you make a good point. Even if the story idea is not new, the difference is in how well you tell the story. That's exactly it. A story can't be too different anyway, because if a story is so out there, that just comes across as artsy and weird. The human experience is a pretty common experience, and we want stories that speak to the human experience. So you know, don't try too hard to be original, and don't try too hard to subvert expectations either, right? That's the mistake that the showrunners made in Game of Thrones, right? They tried so hard to subvert expectations that their shit no longer made sense. After a certain point in the story, the reader should be able to anticipate what's happening, and you should reward them by making it cool when it does, right? You know, don't punish smart readers. Yeah. Yeah, Satrium said that's how Aragon did it. Most people draw from their own energy, but if you have figured it out, you can draw from living things around you. There is an actual IRL magical practice, right, that teaches you to draw energy from the source of the universe. I kind of visualize it as cosmic star stuff, right? So that can be done. Rowan makes a good point. If it's a grown-up book, sex can recharge your energy, that's for sure. You can't get more life force than that, can you? Right? You can have a magical necklace that stores energy, or a crystal. Yep, Eli says that's Purple Heart who made that suggestion. Eli says maybe mages can take another person's magic life force, and that's the obvious, but particularly nasty one. Yeah, of course. You know, there are probably evil people who drain the life force of people around them. Of course they would, right? Yep, Daz says maybe there are power stones that are like magic batteries. Yep. Yep, magic, recharging magic through sex, right? Rowan says that could be a good way to recharge if magic is life force. Right? And Rowan says, absolutely, there are real life books on the topic. Yes, there are. There are many of them. I have a few. Here you go. Probably can't see that very well. My stream's a couple seconds behind here. I've got much more lag with OBS, I find. There you go. Real life book. You also might want to look up Tantra, right? Okay, Walking Dead Lover says, I heard George R.R. Martin changed the Game of Thrones ending because people guessed it. I doubt that very much. And the reason why I doubt that is because I saw an interview with George R.R. Martin, and he was saying that if you make too much effort to subvert expectations, then it no longer makes sense, right? That people will eventually figure out what you're doing, and you should reward them for that by giving them a payoff. Right? So I sincerely doubt that is the case. I'm sure that the blame is with the showrunners. But I'd also like to point out the fact that there was a really negative reaction to the ending of Game of Thrones. And I suspect that basically the key plot points that were hit, you know, Dany goes psycho, etc., right, were things that George R.R. Martin intended to do. It's just that the way he was going to get there would make more sense rather than just, okay, this is a plot point we have to hit, so we're hitting it regardless of whether it makes sense or not, right? I think he had other plans, right, in the way that it would develop. But the reaction was so negative, I think he might be second-guessing his ending now. And I think that's really unfortunate. So, okay. Satrian says, also there might be mages who draw a tiny bit from many people around them to not hurt anybody. Yep, that is a real life practice that some people do. Yeah, Cayutan found a useful link. Sex really stands out on the cover, says Daz. Yeah, it's probably marketing. I have no doubt of that. Rowan says, also you might want to look at the D&D Dark Sun setting. That was done in 2nd edition where magic works as life force. And yeah, there are mages there who, you know, destroyed life around them to power up their magic. Right? They were called defilers. Right? Satrian says, my point on Game of Thrones, the ending was great if they would have taken the time to do a good build-up. Yes, I've argued that. They needed at least one more season, and possibly two, and it would have made a lot more sense, and we would have bought it. Yep. Cayetan says, but would it be logical if magic is life force, but magic users aren't very common? Sure, because maybe learning how to draw upon it and use it is something that is difficult for people. It certainly is in real life, right? So, Satrian says to Cayetan, sure, it might not be easy to protect your inner energy, or project your inner energy into the world and create magic. Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna concentrate now. Now the sprint's almost done. Hee-haw! Okay. And that's the sprint. James is back from his bath. How are people doing? Did anybody get any writing done, or were you all yapping with me? 0 words written, says Purple. But I'm quit for the day. Fair enough. Yapping and doodling, says Das. 66 words for House Lapin from Cayetan. Excellent. Good work. Yay, writing again. Did not write. Bath, says James. Yep. 340 words for House Lapin from Burning Nightingale. Thank you very much. Excellent work. The Warren appreciates it. Eli says, I'm still trying to decide on what to work on. I seem to have finished almost everything. I feel that way too. I've still got heavy edits to do on Brothers in Arms, right? And I still am going to be like trying to do this one shot. I'm not obviously going to finish it, I don't think, but what I might try to do is get enough of a skeleton together that it's submittable and work on all the other shit around it. Saturn says, also on the whole magic is life force discussion, something I'm doing in my world. Magic is the art of letting energy flow through your body. If your body is not up for that, it will give up. It's kind of similar, but still different. That is how magic works in my Weird West series, right? I describe it as the process of learning to use magical power is the process of trying to become a better conductor, right? Like, you know, a transmutation so that your body becomes more like copper and then gold as opposed to lead, right? So, yeah. And health has a bearing on it, and but also like your ability to focus, your ability to access the power, you know, different stuff like that. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, obviously, since I'm using a similar system. In this book, in the Toy Soldier Saga, it's all about manipulating probabilities on a semi-quantum level. So, although they don't know the word quantum, so explaining it to the reader through the characters is difficult. Okay, Moonflower says, my soda decided it didn't like being put next to a water bottle and fell on the floor. There's soda on the carpet now. That sucks, but you have a carpet cleaner, so you're good. Eli says, yeah, I can't work on book 3 until I get some feedback on it from my alpha reader this weekend, so I'm a little stuck right now. Maybe I should write a short or something. That is a good idea. Why don't you do that? There are all kinds of magazines, especially queer-related anthologies that are looking for short stories. Did you see the link that Anastasia shared last night? What was it called? There is an anthology. Okay, here's the principle behind it, right? They're looking for, well, wait a minute. You were probably there, weren't you, in Coffee Stream? Oh no, but you were distracted because you were worried about Mr. Twinkle. But shit. Talk to Anastasia, get the link, right? Because it's the idea is it's 2068. The world has gotten over its bullshit about gender. Everybody, all genders are accepted. Everybody's equally paid. Marketing happens to every gender equally, right? All that stuff. That's the dragon that says get back to work, by the way, and I'm going to put up a break timer because I have to take a bio. But please feel free to use it as a writing thing here. I have unread notifications. What are my notifications? Oh, a bunch of skipped frames. Okay, well, I knew that. Alright. Okay, be right back, gang. I'll see you in a minute. I'm back and working in the background. Good night, Natalia, and good night, Satrium. It was a pleasure having you here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Eli says, well, the good news is I almost have formatted the paper in hardback copies of Hindsight. The bad news is, oh, right, I have to format the EPUB too. I hate formatting EPUBs. I pay other people to do it because I just can't. I might be able to figure it out now that I know a tiny bit about CSS, I suppose. James says, okay, since Sable is back, are your World Codex article texts in title case and not caps? I haven't got the foggiest clue. Because mine are in title case and I'm wondering why. It could be your theme. The theme you've selected as your base theme might have that set. I think that's the case for my Weird West theme, but not my Toy Soldier theme. And it's because of the base theme that I selected. I used Spiral or Spinel or whatever it was for my Weird West base, and I used Galaxy Anvil for my Toy Soldier base. Kitty camped out of your lap because the house is not warm enough. Oh, I think James is a Freeman and they just have the basic theme. Ah, well, that could be why. Okay, well then, that could just be part of what the base theme. Yeah, the base theme isn't bad, actually. The base theme is pretty nice for a base theme, you know? Like, I would actually use that as a theme for the right project. And if it were a standard fantasy world that I were writing in, something Lord of the Rings style, I would use that theme, right? Like, it's good for that. Right? Not so good for science fiction or, you know, the weird genres that I tend to write in, but, you know, I could make it look that way, though, depending on what you use for your cover pictures and your graphics and so forth. Yeah, I think it's a good theme too. Agree with you, Daz. Oh, people in my world write on parchment colored paper, so it's good for me, says James. Yeah, that makes sense. Then you can tie it into real world stuff in your universe. This is nice. I admire people who made beautiful looking worlds based on just a basic theme. Yeah. Pretty creative people, for sure. For example, Cinders of the Cataclysm by Toblin is like that. Did he use a basic theme for that? Because that's fucking impressive. I had no idea. I thought he had CSS'd the hell out of it. And that's the sprint. I actually did get a little bit of work done. Huh, he turned his CSS off once and it was the basic theme. Nice. 44 words for House Lappin and 15 words for House Lappin from James. Good work. $225 words for House Mollusca from Eli. Light edits formatting your book. Makes sense to me. 77 words for House Lappin from Calutan. Good work, guys. And of course, you know, as always, I'm leaving the chat timer up here until we hit the dragon roars again, and then I'll switch back to the sprint screen. 208 words for House Lappin from Burning Nightingale. You know, I really appreciate that you guys who are House Lappin tend to come to this stream and write with me. That's really kind of cool. I feel like I'm writing with the team. Of course, everybody's welcome, and it's awesome to have our regulars here, regardless of whatever house you're from, or new people. That's great. But I've noticed that more than anything, consistently, I get a lot of Lappin redeems on the channel points, and that's kind of neat. And I like to think it's because the Warren likes to gather together and write, and I think that's cool. So Mollusca and Millies tend to turn in the next most frequent words, by the way. Writer Greg has a lot of major lot of Lapinites as well. That's cool. Lappin for life, says Burning Nightingale. Emily says, I've done most of my translation, but I don't want to continue tonight. Well, that's fair. Aw, thanks, Calutan. You were the best, Sable, he says. Well, thank you. I think you guys are the best. I think you guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. Oh. You know, I come here to hang out with my friends, right? Emily says, it's also because the people who come here most often have chosen to be in Lappin. Yeah, that's true. And that probably has something to do with the fact that a lot of the people who've chosen to be in Lapin probably have because they come to the stream and they hang out here anyway, right? So, I mean, that's a factor, for sure. Thanks, James, that's cool. You are an awesome house leader and we are well fed as well. I've been a bad Lapin though, says Shadow, because you haven't been writing? It happens. I may be getting interference in my sounds there because I think I've got the alerts going along with the jar. So I think I'm going to turn off the jar sounds and see if that stops that. Oh, hey, Stretch. I have to lurk on mute right now, but I'm here. No worries. All right, Varangian words, yay! Oh, I don't have the jar on this setting. Okay, I'll have to fix that when we switch over. That's because Stretch is on mute. Let's talk more right. Okay. Don't worry, I will. We're going to do it here in 30 seconds. Well, 24. Kalyatan says, it would be strange for me to choose mollusca as coffee is usually steaming at times when I sleep. And James says, same, I watch coffee when I can't sleep. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the sprint timer here. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the page transition to come through with me. That was something that was just part of Twitch Studio. Boo hiss. I'm checking my audio settings here because I'm going to turn off the jar. Okay. So I don't recommend Twitch Studio. It was really great to get started, and I like it. The problem is it ate so much of my memory that it would bork my stream if I tried to switch back to it after I had been on Chrome. So after a while of streaming, it became non-functional. At one point, it started up 59 separate processes and took up like 80% of my CPU. So, and it's only been doing that since the most recent big Windows update. So I can't run it, right? I just, my computer won't do it anymore. So this is why I switched to OBS. But it's much simpler to operate. It was certainly really good for getting started, and it does almost everything that it does everything you needed to do, right? So, okay, you know what? Rowan redeemed a let's talk more right, so I'm going to shut up and write. I will catch up with the chat in the break. It is time for you. Bye. Okay. Good night, Kayetan. Thanks for joining us. It was always a pleasure having you here. And we'll see you tomorrow on Diane Actually Writes. Hey, Tal. Good to see you. I've been slow today. I've been distracted by chat. So, but they're coming. I have done this much since I started, so that's something. I'm probably going to switch over to my heavy edit project soon. How are you doing today in the writing? "35 minutes until James goes to bed." That sounded better, eh? Shutting off the jar sound? That sounded much better. Right, not chat, silly buddy. Okay, I'm writing. Okay, enjoy your lurk, Tal. See you in a bit. Stat blocks got fixed? Cool. Right, I think I can take the points for that section then. Wordcounter.net. Those were 3 separate conversations there, Stretch. He's on mute. Somebody tell him. And believe it or not, they were all relatively benign. You know what? Hey, I can switch back easily. I can do that now. Oh, you did hear me. Okay, you're not muted. Yes, yeah. Yeah, 3 separate conversations, and they were all benign, actually. They were not used in, in really bad context, actually. Alright. What are you doing? You did not copy. Why did you not copy? I don't like you anymore. Okay, 291. It's just really funny with I would have made the same assumption. Yeah. I mean, come on. Stream frozen. Alright, let's get rid of some stuff. There we go. Yeah, at least it froze with me smiling. That's a good point. Sometimes it does make my face look just fucked up when it freezes. It's quite true. What did I say? 491? I'll say 1:30 is the start time, actually. It's more accurate. Kahuna's camera used to freeze, and at that point his expression could be amusing, what the fuck, or philosophical. Yeah. Alright, 154 words for Lappin from Shadow. Good job! See, you're not being a bad Lappin. You're working. That's good. Good job, Eli. 150 words for the squids. Or as Aaron says, 150 Squidwards. Which is hilarious when you think about it. I see we're skipping a bunch of frames still, eh? Alright, we're going to shut down Nano on this computer. And we're going to use Nano on the other computer. And that's the sprint thing. Stretch says, oh, I have good news. I might be getting involved in a local con event in August. Nice. Might have my own table doing either world building or D&D related stuff. Not sure yet. Awesome. 26 words for House Lappin from James. Library of Things. Rowan says, just remember that if you think you're a bad bunny, I am the worst bunny. So noted, I might contribute maybe 1,000 words total to an event, so you can always say I am not Rowan bad. That's a good point. Although, I don't think you're a bad bunny either. Remember, the whole idea is everybody gets, participate as much as you're able to, right? And any words you have are words you didn't get before. So, that is the goal. We're not really here to win, guys. Stream froze for you for a while, just after I posted the message. Did you get my response? Because I just gave it. That's cool. I was getting a lot of locked frames here, so that might have had something to do with it. And I think it's because Chrome takes up a lot of memory, and therefore, when I'm running OBS, it cannot handle World Anvil, which is kind of memory intensive, right? And the NaNoWriMo site at the same time. So we're not going to do that anymore. We're learning. No, you did not. I said that's really cool. I think that's very exciting that you're going to have your own table and stuff. And I wish you luck, and I hope it goes really well. Oh, hey, did you guys see my shirt? I don't think you probably sort of did, but check this out. I'm very excited about it. Oh, I might catch my headphone again. You know what? I have a monitor thing on Streamlabs. Check it out! I love Wonder Woman. She's my favorite superhero, always has been. This was a recent present from my friend Dawn, and she said, yeah, the Dawn who plays on our Toy Soldiers game, right? And she said, it's kind of my Yule, birthday, and Christmas, Yule and birthday present all at once. So, no idea what I'm going to do, is I've never done anything like that before, says Stretch. Yeah, it's kind of weird. If you want to talk to me about it later, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. I've done a lot of these kind of setups. It can be difficult to get people involved in things, right? So it may be easier to have stuff on display, right? But there are places where you could be running your own game. Most cons will let you do that, run a little D&D game. One-shots are perfect for it. 421 words for House Lappin from Burning Nightingale. Will take me up on that. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. I've done lots of them. Let's see. Rowan could probably also tell you some stuff, and Author Goddess certainly could. Right? I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of con you go to. The format's always the same. You set up a table, you put out your stuff, you try to get people interested in it. Right? You know, if there's panels, sometimes you participate in the panels or you do a presentation. And one of the presentations you can do in pretty much every con I've ever been in is a D&D game that you can run. And people can register to play and run one-shots, right? And it can be lots of fun. I don't think I've ever been to a con, whether it's a writing con, right, or Comic-Con, right, where they didn't have that going on, right? So I'm sure you will be fine. Right? You will do well in the environment. I'm sure you're not going to have any trouble. So that's really cool. You know what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try briefly to close down my Chrome and fire it back up. So if the stream borks for a minute, you know why. And it's because I'm trying to clear the memory. So we're going to do that. And I may have to recapture the window, so give that a try. There we go. Now let's redo it. And that's the Dragon of Productivity saying, get the hell back to work. Go back to the order line. Have to go back on mute. Okay. See you later. And have fun. James says, I've done my closing procedures. I will DM you a link to a thing I did for Greg. I'm nervous in it. Well, fair enough. I'll definitely have a look. Okay, so for me, this is a hint that I should switch over. Do something else. Because that wouldn't come up. There we go. Ah, what the hell, it's almost 3 o'clock. By the way, I'm very excited, guys. We have 483 followers. Why that is awesome is because... Okay, so there's this guy who does ambience that I just discovered on YouTube. D&D design kind of ambience. And he's got usage permissions, right? And one of those usage permissions, right, says that if you have 500 or more followers on Twitch, then you have to talk to him about whether you can use his stuff, because he might want like a commercial, right? And I'm like, I'm close enough to that, I actually have to talk to him, which is kind of fun. I mean, guys, awesome. We just did our 1-year anniversary, and you guys, like, this is a year. I couldn't be more grateful. You guys are amazing. Simultaneous loading on World Anvil. I hope my stream is not going ee-yaw. No, it looks like it's fine. Okay. Okay, good. Obviously clearing the cache from my Chrome was a good idea. Cool. Yes, it was, James. James asked me, was that Michael Gelfi for the 500 Twitch followers thing? Yes, it was. That is a good question, Daz, and I don't know the answer because I have never tried. Fine, go away, Paige. I don't care that much right now. I'm not at all interested in your problems. There. Awesome, I like his stuff. Yeah, I do too. Hmm. This might have nothing to do with my OBS, actually, apparently. I'm looking over it. I've got shit for bitrate. So it might just be Twitch being twitchy right now. Oh, you just answered, Daz? Okay. On the article side, Control plus A highlights, while Control plus C copies, and Control plus V pastes the text. Okay, but there should actually be a way to directly do it. I remember that was an option, I thought. Yeah, sorry about all this. Like I said, this is a new setup, and I don't know how it works, right? And I'm checking it out. I don't really understand why there appears to be issues, and it looks like I've got absolutely dung bitrate at the moment, and I'm really not sure why. OBS appears to be the thing that is taking up the bulk of the memory right now. And like I said, my bitrate is shit. Like, I'm getting... it's all red, and I don't know why. So it might not have anything to do with anything I'm doing. It just might be some issue with OBS, or it might be something to do with, like, Twitch being twitchy. I don't know. Okay, it looks like the bitrate's back in the blue. I suggest a refresh, guys, maybe. Rowan says, I'm also grateful to everyone for being so on board for Sable and Aaron, because this way I get to see and talk to them, which pre-COVID did not really happen as we live about 8 hours apart. Is someone else using up a lot of bandwidth? That's a good question. People are usually running streaming stuff all the time, right? Like, Aaron will probably be watching a show. Jamie's probably watching YouTube. Steve runs YouTube in the background while he sleeps. That's no different from anything that doesn't already happen, right? So, would I like a link to OBS alternatives for Twitch stream? Maybe. This is new, I'm getting used to it, so... Sure, James. If you could send that to me on Discord in a private message, that would be easier, because then I would have it for reference, and I wouldn't have to look for it on stream. Tell you what I'm going to try. gonna try shutting down my music and starting it back up. Maybe that has something to do with it. Oh, it smoothed out as I was about to say something, says Sunny. Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on. Like I said, I don't know OBS at all. That's the sprint. Not that I did anything but fuck around with my streaming program during that time. I hope you guys did better. Just restarted my Chrome. It's probably not you, it's probably me. Like I said, it's all brand new and I got words I didn't claim last time? Okay. I think that maybe I'm going to have to reformat my computer. There's just probably no two ways about it. And maybe buy some more memory. Makara says, I got, writing legwork blocks, that's cool. Moon says, I got my about page for a single one of my 4 Tumblr blocks done, that's cool. James hug checks Sable and heads to bed for the night. Lappin' for life! Lappin' for life! Thank you, James. As always, a pleasure. You have a good sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow. 225 life edits for House Mollusca from Eli. Good job. Daz is working on housekeeping on World Anvil articles. Moonflower says I've been needing to do that for literal months. Reformatting? Yeah. Seems to have straightened out a bit. That's good. Okay, Rowan says there's always an adjustment period with a new thing. Yeah, fair enough. I gotta figure out how it works. Right? And how to fix it, like, you know. I think I'm just gonna buy some more memory and put it in, and that's it. Because clearly this is not going to work. Right? So... Sunny says, my jab took me down in a flail of sleepy yesterday. Fair enough. But other than that, and a now sore arm, I'm doing good, and I hope they get things fixed up. Well, thanks. You know, just, it's new, you know, I got tired of Twitch Studio, I couldn't make it work, so... You know, honestly, despite the slow frame rates and weirdnesses going on, I still think this is working better for me than Twitch Studio because at least the stream didn't totally bork every time I tried to access the program to do anything. right? So I just gotta maybe, yeah, I don't know, clear some memory and do reformat and, oh, you meant your about page, okay, says Moon. I reformat as a form of procrastination, so I'm all up to date there. Yeah, I hate reformatting. I'm always terrified of losing something. Also, what processor do I have, Sable? It's old. I don't know. No such thing as too much RAM. Yeah, that's an upgrade right there. Yeah. Yeah, I hate reformatting, but it's probably got to be done. And I say I probably have to reformat my computer, but more accurately, this will be Aaron reformatting my computer because he does all that stuff. So, and that's part of the problem is I never remember where I've hidden everything and I'm terrified of losing it, so backing it up is always a problem. Streamlabs is more CPU intensive than Twitch Studio, but more powerful and reliable. Can you configure Streamlabs to make it run some shit in the memory instead of the CPU? There's a question. Because, yeah. Alright, that's the Dragon of Productivity saying get back to work. I'm going to put up a break timer once again. As always, feel free to use it as a sprint. I will be doing the same when I get back. Right, and I will see you in a minute. See you later, Macaro. And I'm back and working in the background. I will take a look at that screenshot and holy crap! Burning Nightingale was busy while we were away. Anyone on after me? There's a huge gap in the calendar. Good question. There's a huge gap in the calendar, isn't there? A ginormal gap. I'm double checking, but I'm pretty sure the Closet Forge has been planning on doing an extended stream for the past couple of days. I'm going to see if they're on. Yeah, they appear to be, but they're just running a sprint lobby. If you're looking for a place to go up there, Stretch, that would work fine. First thing I need to do is check and make sure my date is correct here. When did I end to know your enemy? Okay, no, that's fine. When did I start? You know, I probably did that fine. Stretch has still not figured out the camera issue, but might do. It's only my World Anvil scene that it doesn't work on. My other scenes all work. Okay, so this might be someone telling their grandfather how to fuck, but having just went through this whole circus with setting up Streamlabs, things to suggest in case you didn't think of it, you know, and you probably did, but I'm going to say it anyway, right? Did you check and make sure that in your settings on that particular scene that it was actually configured to the right camera? Because I had that problem right before I went live and had to reconfigure. It was on default for everything, and then I had to go in and set it to, but default hasn't been set, I guess, so I had to go and specifically pick up that camera, right? And then I found that I had to do it with each setting because I thought, okay, I did it in this scene, so it should just work, right? No, I had to do it with each individual scene, so that seems the most likely to me. The second question is, did you accidentally toggle the visibility? I've done that. Third is, did you shut off the camera for that scene when you were doing a sprint lobby at one point? 225 words from Mollusca from Eli, and I think the EPUB is put together. Yeah, all right. And that's the Sprint Gang. Checked all that multiple times. Okay. Like I said, you probably thought of it, but do you have a different video, what would you call that? When you add a source, do you have a different video source configured for that screen, that scene, right? Because I did that, right? If I use primary video, then I get whatever Aaron's settings were, because I'm switching between the two computers and his picture is huge, so it just doesn't line up. So I had to create my own separate, Diane's video source. Starting to wonder if a shotgun would work. Yeah. There you go, says Rowan. Camera or not, I will just happily listen to your voice. You know what? People don't care about that as much as you think, honestly. I mean, look, Coffee never has a camera on. Chris almost never has a camera on. We go hang out with them anyway. We like them. Eli says it looks really good. I think I have everything formatted correctly. Depending on what it looks like, I may pay you to do my EPUB because I suck at that shit. You know, I can do the basic formatting. I can take it from the Word document and put it in there and do some basic setup. I even know how to change a couple of specific, like title fonts and shit. If I can remember, because I'm rusty. But, there's always some details I never get right. Bernie Nightingale says, yeah, I was on a roll and I finished my next chapter. Awesome. Eli says, I'm going to be sending you a copy in a bit here anyway, so you can look and see what I did. It's nothing complicated, but it looks nice. Well, awesome. Thank you for doing that. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to read it. So I think next stream I might decide, tomorrow I guess, I'll try to run Edge instead of Chrome and see if that creates less of a problem. Both Chrome and obviously any streaming program is really CPU and memory intensive, and maybe I will have less problem in a different browser. Alright, that's the Dragon of Productivity telling us to go backward. I will switch to the other screen here. I've got to say, one thing I am enjoying with the OBS is the ability to switch more easily between screens, because you just couldn't do it anymore in Twitch Studio at the moment, by the way things were working, so... I love watching the little thingies fall in the jar. I think those are neat. I'm also going to try to install closed captioning for tomorrow. I have that as a widget. It is one of my extensions, and I haven't been able to get it to work properly on Twitch Studio because it's just not configured to do so, but it is supposed to work on Streamlabs, so I'm going to see if it does. And if it does, that'll make me happy, and that'll make it worth the change alone, right? Because I like to be accessible, right? It's why I read out the names and the statements in the chat, right? Not everybody does that, I know. Most people tend to just respond to what they see, but I don't assume you can see me, so I try to do that. Maybe you've got me on in the background, or, you know, maybe you're blind and you're just listening, and that's cool, right? I want you to be able to follow what's going on if that's the case, so. All right, I'm going back to work. I'm doing a read through here of the edits I've done so far in Brothers in Arms. I've already tracked it by word count, so I'm going to track it at this point by time. Because I have to, what I'm doing now is making sure that it flows. So. I'm pretty sure I don't have those clams anymore. Okay. Because I finally solidified which were the clams I was keeping. Okay, I got Grimcleaves. I changed that to Banebloods. So I'll do it this way. Banebloods, Grimcleaves, and Reavers. Okay, I think that's a good laid out the plan to the baddies. suppose I should be doing a whole bunch of creation articles here. Oh, hey, just a sec, guys. I hear my mother on the phone, and I've been wanting to get a hold of her for a couple days, so I'm going to mute the mic, and I'll be right back. Carry on with the sprint, gang. Well, sorry about just taking off on you like that, gang. It's just my mom's back in the hospital again, and I haven't heard from her in a couple of days, right? I was having trouble with my phone, and then she was having trouble with her phone. I guess she didn't bring it with her. So since she called, I was like, oh, I better answer, because... So what have I missed? How'd the sprint go, guys? Daz is doing icons. Yeah, that can get time-consuming, but fun. Walking Dead Lover changed their name color to red. Cool. Eli says, I forgot 2 very important things for the EPUB, the author page, and more importantly, the Kickstarter supporter list. Oops, well, back to go. Which is hilarious. Stretch says, why doesn't the me command change color anymore? It goes to italic instead. Twitch may have changed it, which is dumb. And that could be in my stream, maybe because I'm using OBS now instead of Twitch Studio. That could be. That it's just showing up different. I don't know. Yay! Daz's World of Adventures is all cleaned up. Eli did 75 light edits for House Mollusca, but I'm pretty much done now. Good job. Yeah, I'm going to get back to work with the Dragon of Productivity here. This will probably be our last sprint of the day, because that will take us to 5 to 4 on my time thingy here. And then, depending on what's going on, either we'll raid DM Stretch if he goes up, or we'll raid the Closet Forge if he doesn't, probably. Okay. And now that you've compared OBS to Twitch Studio, like, I am finding this better, even with the lag and frame rate problems. I'm going to try to address that tomorrow with Edge instead of Chrome, but I want to log into everything first and stuff. So, you know, or maybe Firefox. I'll try that too. Finally finished the translation, going to bed now. Good night, Amelie. Not streaming tonight, says Stretch. Okay, so we'll probably raid the Closet Forge then. Dazzle Cat thinks it's a crappy change. I do too. I think he'll stay up till coffee comes on. He did yesterday, so that was really cool. Yeah. I think I like this better because at least my stream doesn't completely freeze and the program completely freeze when I try to switch to the streaming program to do something like mute the microphone or change the scene or end the stream. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. If you found Twitch Studio to be infinitely better, even, you know, because you really don't like the problems we ran into today, which could be ongoing, I don't know, let me know. Don't bother with Edge, slow pile of crap. Well, yeah. But it's not as CPU intensive, I don't believe, which is why I thought I would try it. Then at least it wouldn't be bogging down the CPU, right? Okay, I'm going back to work, gang. I see I have had repeated problems of skipped frames, though. I just did again, apparently. What the fucking hell was that? Oh, that's a phone call. Okay, just a second. I'm going to have to answer that in case it's important. wrong number. They're looking for Rachel. I am not Rachel. Also, I can turn down the output resolution. How do I do that? Cog icon in bottom left. Okay. Thank you. New writing prompt. Looking for Rachel. I can't change any of this when I'm live, but I'll check it after. I think I just figured out where I can set up more than one audio track. That will be really handy for our games. Okay, I think I see there, Stretch. Thank you. Where's the thing Satrium added for Whirl Anvil? I do not know. I had the link saved somewhere, and I've forgotten where I saved it. Okay, didn't I finish this? I thought I did. Oh, right, I was going back here because I had to create a bunch of articles. Sorry, it's video submenu in settings, not output. Change it at output scaled resolution. Yeah, okay. I can't change that when I'm live either. Okay, but yeah, that probably does have something to do with it. I was streaming at a much lower resolution last time, so I will scale that down and see if that helps next stream. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yes, I totally understand what that's about, so that's great. All right, I'm gonna work. Lana Shatterstar. If you want to know anything about Streamlabs, feel free to ask this, Stretch. Kahuna knows it better than I do, though, as he's the one I go to with Streamlabs questions. Okay, well, thank you. It's good to know I've got two people I can bug. I know that Kahuna would cheerfully answer my questions, too, if he's around. Hi, Admiral. One in Imperial Navy. Second Interstellar War. I just listed a whole bunch of really important people here, so I should make sure they have articles. Hey Aegon, how are you? Good to see you. What do you think of my new stream setup? It's been a bit of a week. Lots going on, and a lot of it stressful. But I'm doing okay, all things considered. I'm probably not going to finish my one-shot. I'm at the climax, but I have like 2 days, and I, have a bunch of side stuff to do for it still. I'm going to try to put it together enough that, you can read it, right? It's a flash challenge anyway. It's not like you get a reward for it, and then adjust from there, so at least people get the idea. 126 words for Chiroptera for Moonflower. Good job. Aegon says, looks good. Used to use that theme a long time ago. Yeah, it's one of their base super themes that I kind of, like, bootstrapped over top of my basic stuff that I was using for my, like I've got my Starfield up and stuff like that, but yeah. Moonflower says, I wrote 126 words total today, all of them within the past hour, and I've already hit par. This just goes to show how far ahead I was yesterday. That's excellent! No, this is not enough information in either case for me to do anything with. I need to... Fuck off. Stupid thing. Sadie says, okay, when I go to create an article for a constellation on World Anvil, what heck type of article do I use? I would use geography. Yes. Why are you being a problem? Didn't copy that. Yeah, no worries. When I did my Rainbow Nebula, that's what I used, was geography. Was totally stumped on that one on stream and going to fix it now. Fair enough. I think there's probably enough I can do with an article as that. Where the hell is Talagor anyway? Do I actually have a Talagor anymore, or do I have to change that? Can you change article types, or do you just remake the whole thing? Unfortunately, you have to remake the whole thing. What I would do is open up the editing screen of the first article, open up the template that you want to transfer it to, and copy and paste sections. Kaladar, Solstice, Sylvanan. Chrysalis. I'll make him the Admiral of Chrysalis. Because I haven't named the Admiral of the Chrysalis system yet. Because the Chrysalis system is smashed. Well, I haven't done Kaladar or Sylvana. Yeah, okay. We'll say... You know what? Okay. Pelagia, Gorna. And that's the sprint game. Does the desire to wheeze when you finish formatting and putting together a book ever go away because wheeze, says Eli. Not to my knowledge. Carthan, Draconia. Yeah, Kaladar is the logical. And there's also Sylvana. So I need to come up with somebody else for Sylvana. Good thing I checked. Well, I can give these assholes names, can't I? That's why I have a name generator for Elfar. I made it for a reason. think that can be his name, but... Eli needs an iced tea. That is true. And that's the dragon, which means that it's actually 4 o'clock, isn't it? I'm just concentrating on shit. Just give me a second here, gang. Good timing on the drums, eh? Alright. Oh, there we go. Copy. Alright, so we're at the end of the stream, gang, so bring out your words! Bring out your words! Bring out your words! I'll be bringing out my words here. I think I can count this as light edits for this section, or at least a time. Yeah, it'll probably work out very similarly. Okay, good stuff. All right. It's not a bad idea, actually, said Eli. Dad says, I'm so happy the stat blocks got fixed. I'm happy for you, too, that they got fixed. That's great. I want that for a stream soundbite. Bring out your words! We'll go to the downtime screen here since we're not doing timers anymore. 102 words for House Lappin from Masadi's. Daz loves the bell. The bell is, this is an actual silver bell, and I got this, it's actually intended for witchcraft, right? It's one of my ritual tools, but it works. It's an actual silver bell. That was important to me. Silver has a unique sound. You cannot imitate it with brass. It's its own thing. 24 words for House Millies from Daz. You asked this as we're ending the stream, Stretch. Okay. Stretch says, okay, chat, give me a new sensible homebrew to create for 5e. It can either be item, spell, or creature. Sunny, I haven't gotten a single word so far. Whoops! Cloud Monster's cool. Cloud Monster would be cool. Daz was too busy doing World Anvil category cleanups and icons to actually get any writing done. That is legit. Alright, so that's 336 words of light edits there, and it would work out about the same if I calculated it by time, so we're going to do that. And I think I'll do the same, put it on my I have not yet reached par for today. I'm trying to get that 1,667 words a day badge on Nano, even if I don't do the, like, I've already beat my goal, right? My goal was 75,000 words, and I'd raised that from 50,000 words, and I'm now over 100,000 words. First time for me. So, you know, but I want that badge. I didn't get it in Nano in November. I didn't realize that you had to actually put in 1,667 words a day to do that. So let's see, we'll call that 3:30 to 4 o'clock. Which is really rough. What the hell? Bag of many things, says Rowan, and Closet Forge is cheering for me. So thank you. And for everybody else. So that is awesome. Alright. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. As always, it was a real pleasure. I'm gonna make some adjustments, and I'll tone down the resolution on my stream, and I'll try a different, you know, see if I can maybe get a different browser working next time. Maybe. Eli's going to the pharmacy with Mr. Twinkle. That's cool. We're going to be raiding the Closet Forge. I will be back tomorrow for Diane Actually Writes, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UTC. Yeah, we can continue the conversation in the next stream. Fair enough. Yeah, and then I believe Aaron will be back tomorrow night as well for House Corruptora Types by Night, starting at 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. on Friday morning Eastern, and let's see, 11, 7, 6 a.m. UTC. Good work there, Walking Dead lover. 6,000 words over the course of 3 hours, or to be more specific, 6,371 for House Millies. Awesome. Masadi says, not many words were written, but got a good chunk done on your map, which is also progress, and that is excellent. I'm really glad you guys are getting so much done. And yeah, we're going to go over and raid the Closet Forge. Don't forget that our raid shout is prepare to be boarded because we are the Sable's privateers. There we go. Or if you're playing the game Tomes, you can shout your house motto, as always, is our tradition.